Okay. What's up, guys? I think we might be live. So I'll let some people join in and we'll get this thing kicked off. As always, every week it seems like we got something new and exciting going on. I just finished wrapping something up too, so should be pretty interesting here as well. Got a bit of a curveball for you guys coming. What up, Joshua? Friday Night Live? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got some hot damn stickers as well from Mr. Custom Black, Hot Damn Racing Team. LeBron, what up, LeBron? What's going on? So we'll let a few people join in and then we can get tonight kicked off. Hope everyone's having a good week. Going in the weekend. What's up, Norbert? So we'll let some people join in and we'll get started here. We got some exciting stuff actually. More stuff than I can throw at you guys right now. What's up, George? Or Jorge? Whatever you go by. What up? Jose, did you ever sell the Dakota engine? Yeah, so the Dakota engine did get sold. It's actually a buddy locally has it, so that one did get sold. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Cool. Yeah, so I'll let you guys in on something that I just picked up. But let me get some of your questions. Texas Gas Pimp John, what was the part you changed on the Ram fuel tank you changed? What was the part I changed on the Ram fuel tank? I don't know if you mean the video from just today, but I changed. I had to change a part on the evap system, which I changed in today's video. But before I changed just the fuel sensor because my gas gauge wasn't working. So it depends which thing you're asking about. But yeah, those are the two things I've had to change on the Ram's gas tank. Dirty South, what's up, buddy? Looking forward to a couple of updates. Enjoying that Dakota build. Joshua says, have you sold the S2K yet? No, I still have the S2000. I'm just trying to finally sell it. That's the plan. Destroyer 1320. Hey guys. Hey Boosted. What up? What up? So, Marshall, what's the best exhaust system for Ram 1500? That's a loaded question. So it really depends, I guess, what your goals are. Yeah, I mean the biggest restriction is going to be on that factory Y pipe and stuff. So I mean, if you're somewhere or if it's an off-road vehicle, you could do long tubes and then kind of work your way back from there. But there's not a ton to be gained from a catback other than sound. So it just depends what your goals are. Scott says, need more Alpha OBD videos. I know, right? There's so much stuff going on, you guys. It's just crazy. And I'll let you guys in on what's going on now as well, because I just finalized something here. It's actually going on at the moment as well. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Just type in a message here. I just bought something, so bought something for the channel. Nothing too crazy, but it's kind of exciting. I'm just responding to the guy that I bought it off of, so give me 1 second. Okay. 1 second. I'm just finishing this up, and then I'll let you guys know what I'm dealing with right now. Okay. All right. So what I did end up picking up, I guess I'll tell you guys in a second once I catch up to your comments here. I was just messaging the person I just bought something from, so the exhaust, need more alpha OBD. Yeah, I will have more videos coming. I'm just trying to juggle a bunch of things at once here. Tim says, love the RAM ideas. Thank you, sir. Texas Gas Pimp says, yeah, mine exploded the drive shaft. Then I started getting a check engine code and gas cap icon. You might have popped or severed one of those lines. There's a lot of evap lines and stuff that run around there. So if you exploded your drive shaft, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a severed line somewhere. Destroyer says, are you coming to the YouTube call out in April, Texas Motorplex? I would like to. If things are settled down as far as the Dakota and everything's, you know, sorted out, then if I get a spare moment, I would definitely like to come out there. I don't know what I'll have to contend with. I don't know if the Dakota will be in race fashion by then. That's kind of a tall order, but I think the Dakota will be running by then. But as far as being race ready, I don't know if it'll be just there yet. So I don't know if I have anything to race with. Rob says, serious question. Does it make a difference watching the video to the very end? Yeah. I mean, from YouTube, like they monitor whether somebody, you know, watched the whole video or whether they just clicked in and clicked out. So, yeah, they give you like a percentage to see if somebody actually stayed on your video the whole time or if they only stayed on for like a fraction of the time. So, let's see. This guy's messaging me back, and I'll tell you guys what I'm messaging about in just a second. What did he say now? What did he say? Let's see. Okay. So it looks like it's going down. So hold on. I'm not trying to keep the suspense, but I want to get to some of your comments before I completely change directions. So and this guy's messaging me again. Okay. So I might have to take a quick call in the middle of the live. But that might be in about 20 minutes. So I'll answer some of your questions. I'll tell you guys what I just did, and you guys are going to start laughing. So, okay. So, Destroyer, are you coming to Texas Motorplex? Yeah, so I don't think the Dakota will be ready to race by then, but I would like to go attend if we have time. We'll see. I really want to get moving, like, you know, physically move. So that's my goal, is to finish the Dakota, get it running, and then start packing everything up and selling all the extra stuff I have. Oh, speaking of selling stuff, I do want to say something. If you guys are looking for stuff from my Dakota from before, a lot of it's sold. The only things I really have left, if you guys are looking, I actually just sold the center console. But if you guys need, I still have my dashboard. I have the full dash. I've got the dash trim. If you guys need any of that stuff for some reason, maybe your dash is in, you know, poor condition, the dash is going to be heavy and maybe expensive to ship, but I do have it available. I also have K&N intake for the 5.9 or 5.2 for the Dakota. So I have that if somebody wants to buy it, because I need to, like, not trying to like turn this into a for sale ad, but I need to start getting rid of a lot of these spare parts that I have, because if I'm going to move, I don't want to have all this extra stuff. I have an extra AC compressor. So I have a Dakota AC compressor or Durango. If you guys need something like that, like, hit me up with just random parts. Both engines are sold and transmissions, those are all gone, but I have like little odds and ends of stuff. So if you guys need any of those things I just mentioned, hit me up. And then, let's see. George says, I bought a Dodge Ram because of you from the Hell Ram. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Joshua says, when are you heading to Texas? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm trying to finish the Dakota, and I was working on it again today. Made some decent progress, nothing too crazy, but I was working on the Dakota and filming again on it today. So hopefully in the next few months is the plan. I want to get out of here by, like, I'm thinking like spring, summer-ish. It should be hopefully moving. Destroyer says April 10th weekend is the race. All right, I'll have to check it out. Tim Brown, when are you moving to Florida, Texas? Just curious. Yeah, I don't know where I'm moving. I still haven't made the final call, but like I said, spring, summer is when I want to definitely be out of here. So, Rob says any of the YouTube videos. Oh, I think that was in response to your other question. So hopefully I answered your question there on watching the videos. Marshall says 33 or 35, which tires you prefer? It depends. I mean, 35s look pretty stuffed on maybe just a level, but yeah, I mean, just keep in mind, like, I know the look is one thing, but it kills your gas mileage. So especially with me running those 37s, like, my gas mileage is terrible. But I mean, it looks good, but it definitely like ruined the gas mileage on that thing if you guys are concerned about that. Cameron Young, hi, what's up, Cameron? Rob, good to know a few times I have left with a few seconds ago, but we'll stick to the end. Love all the builds. Appreciate it, man. Yes, thank you. And you have a 2000 RT regular cab short bed. Nice, nice. So you got the same deal. Right on. Destroyer, hit the like. He is working hard for us. Yeah, hit that like button, you guys. I appreciate it. Cameron, do you like the SRT 10 truck? Yeah, I definitely do. It's just, it's by today's standard, it's not the fastest thing in the world. Like, you know, an RT with an 8-speed would probably murder that truck. So, just something to consider as well. But, I mean, I like the truck. It looks great, but it's heavy. That's the thing, is that truck, with it being 3rd gen, didn't get any aluminum things like the other 4th gen did. So, I mean, the 4th gen got the aluminum tailgates and aluminum hood, and that truck is all steel. So, she's a heavy girl. Plus, with those big brakes and the big wheels and all that stuff, it's a heavy truck. So, it's not as fast as you would think it is, but it's a fun truck to drive. But I mean, it's all relative, right? Like, it's fast for a truck, but it's not fast compared to, you know, a built 4th gen single cab or my Viper or, you know, those kind of things. But yeah, I mean, it's still a nice truck. Joshua says, what 4th gen stuff do you have for sale? I don't really have much, honestly. I don't think I have anything, to be honest. Pretty much from the last 4th gen build, we sold everything. Cameron, do you have the motor? Is the Hellcat swap hard? I don't know which motor you're referring to, but I don't have any extra motors at the moment, but we're going to talk about maybe having an extra motor here in a second when I guess get through some of your questions. And is the Hellcat swap hard? That's kind of a big question. I mean, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. You guys are watching the videos. You guys know it's a lot of work and a lot of customization and fabbing and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's not an easy swap, but it's obviously possible. So, and we're going above and beyond, right? So you could just throw a Hellcat motor in there and not run the full dash and all the other stuff. So we're making a lot more work out of it, but I think it's gonna be worth it in the end. So, Randall, quick question: 4.7 liter ticking when cold, gone when warmed up. It's probably gonna be your exhaust manifolds. Usually that's pretty common that it'll tick when it's cold, and then once the exhaust heats up, that it'll expand. So I would check there first. Matt Glover, I would love seeing Florida content in that Hellcat. I know, right? I know. I kind of want to, like, you know, that's the one thing everybody says about the weather in California, but I mean, there's other weather and beaches in other places, so that's why I'm thinking Florida might be a good alternative because it's a little bit more open and free and still got good weather. So I don't know. We'll see what it comes down to once we get a little closer to that. George, Diablo Sport or HP tuners for a beginner tuner? Beginner tuner. It depends. If you're trying to do stuff yourself, you can't do anything really with HP or with Diablo Sport. You kind of have to either use the can tunes or get a custom tuner, there's not really much you can change. HP tuners, you can change, you know, anything and everything. So it just really depends what you're trying to do. But if you're a beginner, I'd probably advise getting with a tuner, and you can have them tune it, and maybe you can get involved a little bit and see what they changed, and you know, kind of get an idea for stuff, because you can wreck a lot of stuff too. Joshua says, nothing wrong with a thick 3rd gen. I know, right? I still love the 3rd gens. I still got one, so I ain't hating. Tim says, Ram HVAC actuators under the dash clicking a lot. Have you had this issue? And do you have plans on video on changing them? No, I mean, that's kind of like one of those dreaded jobs. So I'm not going to change it if I don't have to. So yeah, I'm not going to change it if I don't have to, but just something to keep in mind. What else we got? Yeah, and as far as the ticking noise, it's kind of common. It depends how loud it is. They all kind of make noise, because what they do is they're always moving back and forth, and they're checking their limits. So as things get older, they kind of make some noise. But as long as it's like, as long as your vents are working when they're supposed to be, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Shop Garage, why would my 5.9 liter gas tick? It depends. I mean, it could be an exhaust leak, or it could be something more serious. You gotta pinpoint it. Easiest way, I did this with the other day, one of our buddies that had the 6.7 liter truck. An easy way, don't burn yourself, don't take my advice too seriously, but just a little tip that I've kind of found is, if you're wondering if it's an exhaust leak, I've done it before, try to start your vehicle cold, and just, you know, use common sense when you're doing this. But if you put your hand around the exhaust manifolds, you'll feel little puffs of hot air hitting your hand. So you can kind of get a quick idea if it is the exhaust leaking. Like I said, if you put your hand near the exhaust manifold, when obviously the engine's not burning hot, but you'll feel little hot puffs of air coming, like you'll feel it coming out and hitting your hand. That's kind of how I check real quick if something like that's leaking. If it's a bad enough leak that you can hear it, like I said, you'll feel that hot air like coming out the side, out of the gap. Are you going to put some long tubes on the Ram? No, I'm not going to. We've got some shorties that we're going to end up doing, and the Ram's not, like, I'm not trying to make the Ram race truck or anything like that. It's just a daily, so we're going to be using some shorties on that. But yeah, I mean, long tubes if you're going to make power, and if it's an off-road vehicle, and, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, for our application, we're not going to. Jose, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Cameron, I want a Hellcat swap my 2nd gen 1500. I say do it. That'd be badass. Jose says, when you make the Viper turbo, you should use the supercharger on the SRT10. I don't think it bolts up. It's a slightly different intake manifold, so it wouldn't work. But I'd probably end up going with a different supercharger kit for the SRT10 if we ever do that. Josh Williams, hey man, thanks again for the console. Yeah, so Josh picked up the console. I gotta package that thing up this weekend and ship it out. But yeah, I still have dash. Oh, the other thing I still have too for the Dakota is I still have the original steering wheel, the leather wrapped one with all the buttons and cruise control stuff, if you guys are interested in that. So I have that with the airbag if you guys want the... I mean, it is a little bit worn. The truck had 175,000 miles, so you know, the leather steering wheel is a little bit worn, but it is the leather version of the steering wheel if you guys want that one. So I have that available for sale if you guys are interested. Michael says, Hellcat in the Viper would be pretty sick. I actually looked. It won't fit size-wise. Boosted Motorsports fans. Damn. This guy's got a screen name. Boosted Motorsports fans. What's up? That's a pretty cool name. I dig it. Steve, hey man, love the channel. Thank you for your time. Ram looks sweet. Is a leveling kit better than a 4-inch lift? And what would you recommend for a leveling kit or a 4-inch lift? I'm still, like, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I'm still getting up to speed on what's available today for these trucks. Last time I lifted my truck, I put a rough country on it. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'll tell you guys again. I had a 2009. And in 2011, I put one of the first rough country 6-inch suspension lifts on that truck. And that thing drove like garbage compared to what I have now with the Pro Comp lift, with the 6-inch lift. So things have come a long way. Like I said, I hated my 2009 4x4 1500 when I had that 6-inch lift on it with the Rough Country one. It drove like crap. So I don't know if Rough Country's updated their kit since then. I'm guessing they may have, but the Pro Comp one drives like really nice. I really like the way it drives. But I would just say if you're gonna lift your truck, these trucks, when you lift them, the tires start looking really small, just the way that I guess the body lines are the size of the 4th gens. So with that being said, if you're gonna lift it, like if you're gonna do a 4-inch lift, be prepared to put 35s on it and watch your gas mileage go down. So I guess all I'm saying with that is it's cool and it looks good, but if you're really using your truck to tow and do all that stuff, just be aware that when you start throwing 35s or 37s on it, it really kills your ability to tow with these things. So like when I end up doing the move, I'm probably going to put just regular size wheels on it. It's going to look ridiculous, but just so I can tow properly with it and not have, 120 or 150 pound wheels on each corner going across country and having these big wheels, which are killing our effective gear ratio. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you have to make the decision. A leveling kit is pretty easy to go back to stock if you're not happy with the gas mileage. If you do a 4-inch lift, you're changing a lot of stuff if you decide you don't like it. So you have to really know what you want before you pull the trigger. Gary B, thinking of buying a 2020 Toyota Tundra. Do you recommend them, or would you go with 2020 Dodge Ram instead? I mean, obviously you guys know what most of the people on this channel are going to say, go with the Ram. I mean, the Tundra's not a bad truck. Like, you can't really knock it. But the thing is, like, honestly, like, if we're comparing apples to apples, the Ram's interior blows the Toyota's interior out of the water. Like, the interior on the Tundra sucks. Like, even worse than any of the other brands. So, I mean, you have decent resale value, obviously, with the Toyota, if that's what you're interested in. But are we back? Are we back? I don't know what happened, but hopefully it comes back. All right, are we back? I think we might be back. Okay. I think we're back, but let me just see if everything starts coming back through. Okay. I think we froze for a minute, but I think we're back. So yeah, as far as that, I would say compare the interiors because the Toyota one definitely isn't as good. So yeah, definitely look at that before you make your decision and test drive both of them, obviously. So I don't know what's going on. It's kind of like showing me something's kind of glitching, but hopefully we're okay. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know, just in case I get interrupted here quickly. So I'll get to your guys' questions in a second, but I'll let you know what is going on with this thing today. What is going on? Oh, it says we're working. That's weird. Can you guys see me? I'm like sitting here spinning. Huh. Okay, if you guys can still hear me, for some reason it says that I'm still loading. Let's see. Oh, alright. For some reason I'm frozen on the other side, but if you guys can see me, we'll keep going. Weird. Alright, so yeah, I'll let you know what I'm getting in on, and hopefully you guys can hear me and see me and everything. But if I do take a call real quick, I just bought a brand new long block for the Ram 1500, so I'll let you guys in on a little secret right now. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. So I just purchased it, and the guy's gonna call me, I guess, in the next few minutes to discuss me coming to pick it up. So yeah, if I end up taking a call for a minute, I'll come back to the live. But this literally just happened like half an hour ago before I started the live. So, and I'll get into the reasons, you know, why and all that stuff. But it looks like we're gonna be putting a brand new long block in my Ram. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit crazy, but I guess is another thing that we're dealing with. Damn, Enrique dropped 20 bucks. Thank you, sir. Hey, John, I'm glad to see the Hellcat coming along. Keep it up, bro. Street Beast. Thank you, sir. I know, I can't wait till that thing is running, but one step at a time. Every day, every week, we just, you know, we get a little bit more, so a little bit more finished, but we're one step closer every day, which is good. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm choppy. But yeah, so we're gonna end up putting a long block in the Ram. In the Ram. Hearing from South America here, John. Damn, you're far, man. That's awesome. Watching from all the way there. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be, if all goes as planned, this weekend I'm supposed to be going and picking up a brand new Mopar long block for sale that we're gonna put in the Ram. So, and like I said, I'll do a complete video telling you guys, you know, the complete story. But long story short, I bought that truck sight unseen, and the engine works. It's just when we were coming back and stuff, it was seeming to use a little bit more oil than I thought it should. So I'm not sure, you know, how healthy it is. So the opportunity came out to buy this long block for a really good price, so I jumped on it. And I'm thinking we throw that in there, probably sell our running long block and recoup a good chunk of the money on that we are going to spend on the new long block. And that way, when I go to, you know, move and stuff, because what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to like move and tow a trailer, you know, across, you know, the United States and do that all on an engine that was compromised. So I'll talk more about it, like I said, in a separate video when hopefully you guys can see and hear me properly. But I don't know, for some reason I'm like frozen on the YouTube streaming app, but if you guys can hear and see me, we'll keep clicking away here. So thanks, Enrique, and let me know if you guys have any questions on that stuff. And then the other thing too, let me show you guys the other thing I got. Oh, somebody was actually asking me about if I have any 4th gen Ram parts. So I picked this up. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you'll see that I picked up another leather heated steering wheel for the Ram. I'm always just looking to, you know, see what's available and what parts pop up. So I found this one and I jumped on it because mine's worn out in the top. So if you guys maybe want to do a heated steering wheel conversion on your truck, these things are stupid expensive, but I'm gonna probably sell my old wheel. You could use it the way it is, try to clean it up maybe. I don't know, some guys were saying that it might just be dirty, but I mean, I haven't even tried to clean it. I just, I saw this one that was in good shape, and I figured it's easier and quicker for me to just throw this on since I got too much stuff on the go. But if you guys want to do a heated steering wheel, you probably just, I don't know if you need a different clock spring that has the heated wires to go through it. Or if you can plug it in, and then you probably just need the switch on the dash. So you could do a heated steering wheel conversion on your truck. So if you guys might be interested in my old heated steering wheel that we're going to take off, let me know, because this is probably going to be going on in the next few days. So just something else that's going on, just 5 million things happening. Let me get to all your questions. Samuel says, hey, I'm working on a full frame-off single cab Dakota build that will have a 5.7 Hemi. It's not an RT. What size drop would you suggest front and rear for mostly street driving? The problem with the Dakota is, with mine being as low as it is, it doesn't really drive that good. I'll just be completely honest with you guys. It's a really rough ride for a lowered vehicle. When I lowered my 4th gen Ram and even lowered the 3rd gen SRT10, it rides way nicer than the lowered Dakota does. So I would say don't go with too much of a drop if you really want it to ride nice. Riding nice and looking different are two different things. But with the full Beltec kit that we have on that, it doesn't really doesn't ride the greatest. But I'll be trying to improve that stuff as we go here. But as of right now, it's definitely not the best ride. Okay, so everyone's saying we're decent. Eric, hey John, what are some good aftermarket coil packs to use on the 5.7? I mean, honestly, the stock ones are probably decent enough. If you have failed coil packs, I guess there's another thing I have for sale. I have a ton of 4th gen coil packs. If you guys need any, I've got like a whole bag full of low mileage coil packs. So if yours are bad, hit me up. I think I have them for like 20 bucks a piece if you guys need coil packs. But there's not really a reason to go with aftermarket ones. The stock ones are just fine. Unless you have failing ones. But like I said, if you have failing ones, hit me up. I've got OEM ones for cheap if you guys need. Tim says, look forward to those long block videos. I'm going to try and knock that thing out in a weekend, you guys. So I'm going to try and do the long block super quick because we have a ton of other stuff to get to. So the long block swap over is going to take me I'm going to try and just knock it out within a day or two. So yank it, put the other block in there, and just move on and continue on with life. So yeah, I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time on it, but it will be an interesting weekend video for sure. Cameron says, what are some good power mods for 5.9 Magnum? That's a hard one. It's hard to get a lot of power out of the 5.9. First things first, I would do a tune. You can get, a decent little wake up from getting a tune on there. Other than that, the throttle body, that's a good one that a lot of guys do. They'll do the bored out throttle body. Some exhaust work would probably be a decent mod, but it's hard to get big numbers out of that thing. You could also do an intake manifold, but you're trading off. If you go with like the high rise or the runner air intake instead of the kegger, you're gonna trade off low end torque for higher RPM. So it just depends what you're trying to do. Jacob says, yeah, what are some good mods for the 5.9? Like I said, I would do intake, throttle body, tune. That'll definitely wake it up, and then probably some headers or something like that. That would be where I would start. And then after that, you can start, looking into some other stuff. If you want to do like 1.7 roller rockers to get a bit more lift out of the stock cam, that would be an easy one too. But you're going to be limited by those heads. Those stock heads are a killer on that thing. Baltimore guy, love my heated steering wheel, 28 degrees outside. I know, once you get used to having a heated steering wheel, the Ram, you don't want to go back. Ryan Trotter, are you trying to sell the 5.7 engine complete, or will you part it out? Just wondering. I can do either one. I mean, if you want the 5.7, that's actually kind of interesting. Never thought of it that way. So I guess I'm going to have a 5.7 long block for sale if somebody wants to try to jam it into a Dakota or something, or whatever you want to put it in. But I would say it probably is going to need a rebuild. Obviously, it runs. I mean, it's still running and not doing anything crazy, but I'll get into more on that on the video that I'm probably going to announce and release. But yeah, I'll have a 5.7 long block for sale. It won't have, and if everything goes as I'm planning, it won't have the intake on it, valve covers, and it won't have an oil pan on it, I believe, because I have to transfer that stuff over. And also, like, my timing cover and accessories, I think I have to transfer that over to the brand new long block. But I mean, it'll have, everything will be a rotating assembly with the heads bolted on, so just depends. Depends what you're looking for. Eric says, thanks, John. I will let you, I'm guessing no. Let's see what else I got. DG, why are you swapping the engine out? Yeah, so I think I mentioned it. So the reason why I am swapping the engine out of the Ram is I don't know the history on the engine, but what I do know is it seems to be consuming quite a bit of oil. And I kind of have a hunch, which I'll show you guys once it gets to that point. Like, once we're 100% certain, I'll jump into it and I'll release all the details in a full video. But I think the engine's a little bit tired based on probably some abuse from the previous owner and maybe some neglect. So I mean, it runs, it does what it's supposed to do. It doesn't smoke or anything like that, but it's consuming oil like quite a bit. So like I said, before I tow a trailer and all my stuff across country, maybe even multiple times, depending on how many trips I have to do to move all my stuff, I'm looking to replace the engine so I don't get stranded out in the middle of nowhere is kind of what I'm trying to do. So that's the plan. That's the plan. What else we got? Ryan says he wants the heads. Ryan, are you local? Because the only thing is about shipping heads, it would probably be pretty expensive, but we'll see. I prefer to sell the engine long block, but depends. Unless we work out a price for the heads that are reasonable. Cameron Young, would you get the bored out throttle body and tune for the 5.9? Well, Flying Ryan usually sells the throttle bodies, but he had a bunch of them in and then he sold them all immediately. So check on FRP's website. I think he's the main guy that's selling them. But yeah, and the tune, I mean, probably go with FRP. He's kind of the go-to guy with the Magnums. So I would probably start there. I guess both of them you'd probably end up getting through FRP. Eric. Oh, and hopefully you still have throttle bodies. I'm going to hit you up on Insta when I get income tax. Also, you sell Boost Motorsports decals. Yeah, so if you become a member, I will send those out. And if you did just join as a membership, I'm a little bit behind, but I am going to get all your stickers out. So when you join, you become a member, you do get a Boost Motorsports sticker care package that goes out. And if you join the higher membership, you even get a windshield banner. So you can do them that way. Or if you want, you can just buy the stickers straight out right. It's $5 each shipped, and I'll get you some stickers. But either way you want to do it, just let me know. I've had a bunch of people commenting on the tailgate stickers too. A lot of guys are liking that gasoline colored tailgate sticker. So if you guys are interested in me offering the tailgate stickers as well, the Boost Motorsports ones, let me know. I probably do, I think probably like $25 shipped on the tailgate stickers if you guys are interested in those. DG, I just got here a few minutes ago. What up? John, is it easy to swap the 6.1 intake on the 5.7? I don't know if many guys are doing that swap. I know a lot of guys are. I think you're probably referring to the 6.4 on the 5.7. A lot of guys are doing that on the 4th gens. But let me know if that's what you're referring to. Because a lot of guys are taking the 6.4 truck manifold and they're putting it on their 5.7s and getting some pretty good gains. But I don't know if that's what you mean or something else. Joey, have you gotten any interest in the S2000 being for sale? I have. The only thing is with it, like, I'm pretty open about it, it's a salvage title. With it being a salvage title, a lot of people are trying to get loans on it. They don't have the cash outright. So it's a little bit harder to get financing on a salvage title vehicle. So I've heard USAA does loans on salvage title vehicles, but yeah, it's a lot of like younger, nothing wrong with it, but a lot of younger people, younger kids that want the want the S2000 and they don't have the money up front for it, so they're trying to take out a loan, and it doesn't work on the salvage for most lenders. David, have you done a transmission fluid change to your Ram? Yeah, I definitely have. So I have multiple videos on that. 2 videos now on that. So check out those videos, the 8-speed oil change or transmission fluid change. Craig, I want a hot damn sticker too. Yeah, we got the hot damn stickers. I just got a bunch of them today. Hit up Joey. Hit up Joey, Custom Black Guns, hot damn racing team. Cameron says, what is the website for FRS? No, it's FRP. So Flying Ryan Performance. Just search Flying Ryan Performance and you'll see him come up. You'll see him come up. What else can I tell you? We got a bunch of different stuff. So we're doing the Alpha OBD thing. The other thing I'm going to be trying to use the Alpha OBD for as well is once we get the wiring system in the truck, which is going to happen pretty soon, you guys. Once I get that, I'm going to try to use Alpha OBD to turn off all the modules that we aren't using. And I'm hoping that I can turn them off on the Hellcat harness so that it's not looking for all these extra modules and throwing all these lights. So that's the plan. That is the plan. Baltimore says, change the dreaded water pump on my 5.7 at 82,000 miles. Man, that's kind of low, but yeah, I mean, it's just luck of the draw sometimes. I mean, we were changing, I had to change the water pump on a Viper that only had 30,000 miles, if it makes you feel any better. So they can fail at any time, unfortunately. Joey says, what stage are you on the Hellcat? So I'll let you guys know what I'm working on right now today. So I put the cab back down, got the heater hoses to clear, so we're all good there. And then I painted the dash frame. It's because everybody wanted me to paint it. It doesn't come painted from the factory, but everybody wanted to see it painted, so I painted it black. And I think I got to do a few small adjustments on it, but I'm going to do that. So the frame is painted for the dash. I was installing it, and I was going to do all the rib certs on the frame for the dash, so that's finished. Another one of my buddies, Galvin, came by, and him and his son, they're going to try to 3D print us a bushing for the steering column that's custom, because we're using as you guys know, we're using the Charger steering column going through the Dakota firewall, and I need a custom bushing for the steering column to ride in the bushing for the firewall. So they're going to try to 3D print me one. If not, I have another plan, but we're going to try that first. So we're dealing with that for a little bit. And then the other cool thing that I accomplished today, it's not that exciting, but it is kind of cool, is you guys know, if you guys have a Dakota or even a Ram, actually, you know how when you push the parking brake, like you step on that pedal and then you have to like pull that little lever to release the parking brake? Well, on the Charger, it doesn't have any levers to release it. You push it on and then you push it again to release it. So I actually managed to install that one on the Dakota, and it's gonna work with our factory parking brake cable, so that's gonna be pretty slick. So I had to kind of mess with it a little bit, but I got it on there, so I mounted that. So we have a factory Charger, I guess Hellcat, whatever you want to call it, parking brake system on our Dakota, so you don't have to pull that stupid thing anymore. You just push it on and then you push it off. So I finished that up tonight, and then I separated the wiring harness. I guess I did a lot now that I'm talking about it like this. Separated all the wiring harnesses. So I separated the engine wiring harness from the dash wiring harness from the body wiring harness. And the reason why I did that is because I was going to start to run the wire harness on the dash frame so that we could probably and hopefully install the wire harness on the dash frame, and then put the dash in, and that stuff might be done. And then I was also going to run the wiring harness in the engine bay, or start to do that. So, but there's a lot to it. The one inside the dash isn't going to be too hard to run. I say that now, maybe I should knock on some wood, but the one that's under the hood is a little bit more work, because I have to make up brackets to mount the fuse box and to mount all the different things that go through it. And the other thing I'm trying to decide, and maybe I'll get your guys' feedback on it on the next video, is the coolant. Like, there's a couple different reservoirs we have to run. We have to run one for the supercharger. There's its own little reservoir. and then there's another one for the engine coolant. And that reservoir is like, it's like 1.5 feet long, and it goes kind of like in the wheel well shape. It mounts to the strut tower on the Charger chassis, but we don't really have a strut tower, so it kind of looks a little awkward and a little bulky in the Dakota chassis. So I don't know. I mean, I really wish that I could TIG weld and I could TIG weld aluminum, because I would probably just make my own nice little box, but not there yet. So I don't know. Debating whether to run the Hellcat one and just mount it there. It's a little bit ugly, but I mean, it's no more ugly than a Hellcat one, but it's just a little ugly and awkward. So either we run that, or I try to make one and try to fit it somewhere. But the faster way would be to just run that one, or we try to do something with it. But yeah, that's where we're at with the Dakota. So, and then I'm going to try to work on it. Hopefully, if all goes well, you guys, I can probably squeak out another Hellcat video for you guys tomorrow. So I'll try to keep you guys up to date on that. I think I might be able to get you guys one tomorrow. If I wake up at a decent, well, hold that thought. If I go to get that engine, then that's going to put that on hold. But if I don't go to get the engine in the morning, and I wake up at a decent time tomorrow, probably work on the Hellcat in the morning, and I could probably get a video out to you guys tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see. Either way, we got something on the go. Eric says, oh yeah, Eric wanted the decal and the throttle body. What else? Where am I at here? DG, I love USAA. Been with them for years. Yeah, I mean, definitely a good insurance company to be with if you're able to. I agree with you there. Tim Brown, are those headlights holding up on the Ram, or is the rubbing getting worse? They look really good. They're holding up. The rubbing's not getting worse, but I don't know. It is what it is. The corner lights, I think I showed you guys, if you guys watch my HID install video, I show you guys, there's like a little circuit board that holds the little marker lights, the amber corners, and those things are literally just bouncing around in the headlights. So I think at some point I gotta open them up and fix them properly, but definitely, unless I just got a bad set, but they look really good. I like the way they look and all that. They're not like fogging up or anything, but build quality is terrible. But you get what you pay for. There's other guys that have the same ones. I can't remember the different names, but they're paying like $800 to $1,000 for the same headlights that are built better. So it just depends which way you want to go. We're paying a fraction of the price for something that's, not, the quality's not as good, but it's a fraction of the price. So it is what it is. Logan, how long do you think the wiring will take? So it's not just the wiring. I'm not too worried about the wiring part. It's just all the other little things, a lot of little hoses and stuff, a lot of plumbing that we have to do. So we have to plumb and hook up all the supercharger cooling system. The oil cooler system has to be plumbed, and I still got to do all the radiator hoses. Still got to do heater hoses, which are pretty much done, but might have to get some custom ones because I was looking at today. They kind of make a little bit of an aggressive bend, but I'll see if I can swing it. We still got to run the lines for our gas tank and our lines for that and our pump and all that stuff. So still a lot of stuff, but more interesting stuff, I think. I think things are going to move along a little quicker since a lot of that heavy building is finally finished. But I'm hoping, this is super, I guess, ambitious or, hopeful, but I'm hoping like 3 weeks, I want to say. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that we could actually be able to hit the key and it starts. I think realistically in about 2 or 3 weeks we'll be able to at least hit the button and have the gauges and have the interior, illuminate. I think I should be able to get that far. So we're getting closer, but still a lot of work. But it's fun. It's fun. James says tigging is sexy. Find some scrap to practice on. Yeah, I kind of, with me planning to move, I don't want to purchase any extra tools or any extra items that I don't need to, because I don't want to move, what I don't have to move is kind of where I'm at. So once I get settled into wherever we end up, I'll end up getting a TIG as well and messing with it. But right now I'm just trying to minimize the amount of stuff that I have to move. So Joey says, sick man, I bet that break you took to Texas and Florida felt great. You might be needing another one soon. I know, right? But no, I enjoy doing all this stuff. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. So no, I don't complain at all. Kilner, what's up? What's up, Kilner? DGLA Wolf, you should do a 2004 Mustang with a Dodge Hemi interior like you did to your truck. Seriously, I think that'd be cool. That'd be a lot of work. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to debate like what we do next to kind of top this build, and that's why I was thinking like if I can practice TIG welding after this, maybe I could attempt to fabricate some sort of twin turbo manifold for the Viper if I got decent enough at it. That would be kind of cool, but who knows? I guess we'll just have to take it day by day or week by week or month by month and see where this whole thing leads us. Logan says, got ya. Best of luck, man. This is by far the best build on YouTube. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to do my part and deliver some interesting content, I should say, not comment. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Mr. Large, does YouTube pay you more for stuff? Does YouTube pay you more for this live stuff than your videos or less? Or do you get nothing for these lives? It just depends on the views, right? So usually the lives might get 1,000 views. There'll be people that are coming in live and then people that watch the live afterwards, but they're usually kind of long. So I can't expect people to, when they're not engaging live and asking questions, that usually people don't stick around as much. So yeah, it goes based on per view, and then some people donate and stuff in the live, so that definitely helps the channel and helps the builds, and I appreciate you guys on that too. DG, where has your wingman Jonathan been? He got the Rona, believe it or not. Jonathan got the Rona, so he hasn't been around since he got the Rona. So yeah, I ain't trying to get the Rona right now, so we'll keep him quarantined. Michael, great mix of content. Thanks for keeping the RAM in the mix. Keep your great updates. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. James, do you have a soap stick for welding? I'm a noob at welding. I don't even know what that is, so I don't think I do. I got a bunch of stuff with my welder that I bought. I don't know if I told you guys. If you guys have been around for a little while, I got my welding setup used secondhand from somebody else that was welding, so he gave me a bunch of stuff, attachments and different stuff like that. So I don't think I have a soap stick, but I don't know what it is. Still learning. David, any advice on the condensation that builds up on Ram's projector headlights? I would try to reseal. I don't know. I guess there's two spots where it can go into. There's the actual seal from the clear plastic to the back housing that's black, and there's a usually silicone or whatnot in there. And then there's the removable lid on the back that you could try to reseal. Easier one's going to be the lid on the back, so maybe you could try putting some sort of foam tape on there to try to reseal it. But if that doesn't work, then unfortunately you're probably going to be limited to having somebody baking the headlights, splitting them, and resealing them all the way around. Kilner, I can't wait to see the Hellcat screaming down the track. I know, man, me too. Having all this work pay off is going to be awesome. DJ LA, you should do that to your blue Dodge Durango, the 4-door. I don't have a blue Dodge Durango. I don't know what you mean. Don't you know what you mean? DG says, well, yeah, he got the Rona. Does John Thug have a YouTube channel? Yeah, his is called Najar Entertainment. Or Najar Off-Road. He keeps changing it. One of the two. So if you search that, you'll find him. Craig says, is there a good way to tint headlights? No matter what, you're going to end up, cutting down on your light output. So if you're okay with not having, good light output, then I guess if you're going for the look, then yeah. But, yeah, you're not going to be able to see too well no matter what you do for tint on there. I think it's better to leave the lens clear and then do black housing. I think that's a better look because then you still retain your light output. Zachary says, any advice on replacing the factory connection on the headlight harness? Factory connector. Yeah, I do actually. I actually have a factory connector. I got it with the harness. I don't know if you guys need it, if anybody needs it. I have an adapter harness. So I have adapter harnesses that convert the If you guys want to put projector headlights onto your older one that just has like quads or something like that, I have that harness. So if you guys need that harness, hit me up. I could sell it to you. I got it with my headlights, but I didn't need it. So it goes from that like oval plug, the large oval plug that comes on the factory projector headlights, and those dual projector headlights, it converts it back to the older harness that has 2 plugs on it. So, and it also has that plug that you're probably looking for. DJ LS says, what I was saying is that when you start your beginning of a YouTube video, I see blue truck outside. Oh, I see what you're saying. Scott says, have you had any issues with your RAM key fobs? No, luckily I haven't, because I only have one. So, but I've never really had any issues with them, fortunately. Usually if there's an issue, I would change the battery first thing, but... DJ LA, do you ever think of coding your own car software to make where you can control your own horsepower like a Dodge Hemi, but let's see how a Mustang can do it? I've considered doing programming and tuning and stuff, but I don't know. Right now I'm just so wrapped up in everything else. Hopefully when things settle down a bit, I would like to maybe get into that space a little bit, but right now it's just we're between, you know, working part-time and, you know, having to order parts and making sure we have, you know, stuff to work on and have all the parts to work on the Dakota and trying to get my daily truck going and all that stuff. Plus still having somewhat of a life. Like I'm like 110% full tilt right now. So yeah, at some point I would like to get more into the tuning aspect of it. Obviously with the HP tuners, I have the full capability to do it, but I haven't had the time to sit down and really mess with it and, you know, dig into it. Kilner, have you decided for sure where you're going to move? I haven't yet. We'll see. I like the fact that Florida would still have nice weather and, you know, the beaches and all that stuff. So kind of leaning towards that. Plus I wasn't too thrilled when I found out that you have to go for an annual inspection, like a safety inspection on your cars in Texas, which, you know, if you have 1 car or 2 cars, it's not the end of the world. But when you have like 4 or 5 cars like we have, and who knows how many we might have in the future, if I have to take every single one of those vehicles for an inspection every single year, and then I have to go for a smog as well every single year, that's like a full-time job, just taking all those vehicles to the freaking inspections. Whereas Florida, you pay your registration and that's it. There's no inspection, no smog, you just pay your registration. So it'd be a little bit easier for us owning all those vehicles in another state like Florida. So that's a +1 for Florida and a negative for Texas, in my opinion. Plus the weather, and I don't know if you guys saw those videos of, did you guys see those videos going on in like Dallas area with all that black ice and stuff and all those people that died? It is crazy looking. If you guys haven't seen that, I don't know. Be advised, but it's it was pretty crazy what happened there. Somebody actually just messaged for the S2000. Message them back, let them know it's still available. Let's see. That'd be cool if they bought it. That'd be cool if they bought it. Get rid of that S2000. Let me see, make sure. Go through the comments in order. Logan says you should do a race between your Ram 1500 Hemi and the Ram SRT10. Yeah, I mean with the big tires and stuff on the 4th gen, it's not gonna win. But I mean, if I put some small tires on it, it would be pretty dang close. So the SRT10 is not that fast, you guys. Not as fast as you think. Logan, and could be also maybe see a Cummins in the future. Yeah. See, that's the thing is a lot of guys like the 5.7 on the channel, but I think if we're gonna end up towing a lot, I'd probably like to get a 4th gen Cummins, to be honest. I think it would be a better fit for us for towing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know right now. because I actually, like, I fixed up the RAM quite a bit. Like, would you guys, if I know we just got that 4th gen, but theoretically speaking, would you guys be upset if we sold that 1500 and got a Cummins instead, like a 4th gen Cummins, or would you guys be for it? Let me know down below. This guy's asking for pictures of the engine bay of the S2000. Let's see. Let me send this guy pictures of the engine bay. Imagine we sold the S2000 right here. Okay. So, Craig says you can get brand new fobs at Ace Hardware for the RAM, and they program them for you, way cheaper than a dealer. Huh, interesting. DJ says, I get what you're saying. I'm unemployed and don't have a job. Only have a side job. I just turned 18 like 2 months ago, so I'm starting my own eBay business online, selling Hot Wheels. Yeah, Hot Wheels is pretty big. I know a couple of people now that deal with Hot Wheels stuff as well. The guy that bought the cammed 5.9, he deals with Hot Wheels stuff too. So he made a bunch of money. That's how he bought the 5.9 canned one. He sold a bunch of his Hot Wheels stuff, and he came and picked up the engine. And then another guy that I used to work with, he does the Hot Wheels stuff too. So I guess there's money in that if you guys know what you're doing, which I'm sure you guys do. DG says Texas smogs every year. No, I think they smog every other year. And if you live within or close to any of the cities, then you have to get the smog. So it's like if you live within, I want to say like, 80 miles within Dallas or Austin or Houston, they have maps for which counties are smog. So if you live close, unless you live out in the sticks, then you don't have to do smog. But if you live anywhere near a city, you pretty much have to do smog every other year. This guy's asking more questions on the S2000. And since we want to get rid of it, I'm just going to answer them now. Take 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so the smog thing is another one, right? So, but you have to go, there's 2 different things. So smog is one thing, and annual inspection is another thing. So you have to go for an annual inspection to get your registration every year. And then the smog is, of course, every other year. Devil Sprocket. The inspection is only $15, and most of the time they just slap the sticker on in my part of Texas. Yeah. So, and then Devil also says no emissions here. So, yeah, I mean, it depends where you live. So, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit of a pain in the butt having to go every single year to get your vehicle inspected. I know some places you probably would know where to go and you don't have to deal with that. But somebody donated $5. Let me see what they said. Edgar, my man, how are you today? I almost got hit from the back of a truck today, but luckily no accident. Whoever is driving, be safe, everyone. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're all right and didn't get hit. Are you down like where all that stuff is going on with the black ice in Texas, I'm guessing, or no? Or is it just people being crazy? But appreciate it, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat as well. But let us know. Let us know if you're in the Texas area. Michael says, no, you don't. If you live in a rural areas in Texas, it's a safety inspection, lights, horn, and nothing else, a whole $7. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not saying it's hard to pass, if your vehicle's half decent, I'm sure it's, easy to pass whatever, I guess, the safety inspection. But I'm just saying, like, having 4 or 5 vehicles and having to do that every year. And then, like you said, if you live in a rural area, then there's no smog. But I do want to live, like, within 45 minutes to an hour within a city so that we can go to car shows and racetracks and all that stuff. I don't want to live absolutely out in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, that's kind of like versus if I move to the Tampa area with, Bradenton Speedway and there's Cletus and cars. I can live, close to the beach. I can live close to racetracks. I can live near the city so that, if I have to go to the store or stuff like that, it's not super far. And I don't have to worry about annual inspections or smog. It's like, I think that's a plus for Florida right there. But we'll see. We'll see. The one good thing about Texas, though, on the flip side, is Texas has a lot of places that I see that are a little bit more set up for what we want. Bigger yards, bigger properties. Some of them already have shops on the back. I've seen a few of them like that. So, yeah, I saw a few houses that have like a 3-car garage, and then it had a shop on the back too. So, oh, I think Edgar hit us up. No, I'm in Arlington, Texas. That was all ice down there though. 360, but there's a lot of accidents, man. People just don't slow down and don't listen. Yeah, so that whole area right now is all ice, and you guys are supposed to get snow, I think, Monday and Tuesday or Monday and Wednesday. So that's crazy. Texas is getting snow right now. Not right now, but Monday, Tuesday is supposed to get snow, and there's all black ice and stuff over there. So be safe, brother. I appreciate the super chat as well, but yeah, stay safe out there, man. Like you said, people are crazy out there. Zachary said, would you ever get into dirt track racing such as the bomber class, cheap 4-banger? I don't know. I mean, if I lived near something like that, maybe we would do it for fun, but I don't know if I'm really looking to do that. I think the other thing we would get into first is probably drifting. I think it'd be cool to get some sort of car and get into the drifting scene because that's huge right now too. So I think I'd probably do that first, if anything, besides the drag race and stuff that we're already doing. Michael says, look at what you pay now for Cali registration, Texas, $75 vehicle. It is. I'm just saying, like, the hassle of having to go there. Like, even California, the only thing you have to do is every 2 years go for smog, and that's it. But you don't have to do no annual inspection thing. It's just, that's what I'm saying. If you have, like, one vehicle, it's not the end of the world, or 2 vehicles, but when you start getting into the 4 or 5 vehicles, like, we have just the nuisance of having to go for an inspection every year with every vehicle is just a lot. It's a lot of pain. Jose, did they sell alternator relocation bracket for a 5.7 heavy to install Hellcat blower? I don't know of one, but I'm sure somebody makes it, or you could just make it yourself. It's just a Ram, says Ford to tow. I don't know what you're referring to. DJ says, I would because you put so much work into it. David, you need to get a 1970 Charger for your collection. I know, that'd be badass. Right now, I have so many vehicles. I don't know which one we would get rid of first. We need more space than we need. Thoughts on GM saying all their cars going electric in 10 years? I haven't heard that announcement, but that's crazy if that's what they said. I mean, that seems to be the way things are going. I don't know if you guys heard, but the new Tesla 4-door, I think it's called the Plaid. I was just listening to Elon Musk's podcast. It does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. That's a 4-door sedan. And then they said it'll do the quarter mile in a 9-something seconds. Like, the electric technology is getting crazy. Can you imagine that? Just some bonehead buys a brand new Tesla and he can go to the drag strip and run 9s in the quarter mile. Like, that's crazy. So, I mean, if the performance of those electric cars keep it up, I mean, the performance of the gas is going to have a hard time keeping up too. So, it is what it is. DG, I have respect for your builds and projects, but I am not a Ram fan. Yeah, I mean, can't please everybody, right? But yeah, I do like my Ram trucks, though. They've been good to me. So, what's your opinion on an SRT Grand Cherokee 6.1 and 6.4? I would say go for the 6.4 for sure. That's the better motor. But yeah, those are cool too. I would go with the newer one with 6.4 if it's me. Michael, what goodies you got in the S2000? So yeah, I guess just off the top of my head, the motor is pretty much stock, but it's an AP1 chassis, AP2 engine. So it's got a 2.2 liter in it instead of a 2 liter. It's got an intake on it. It's got coilovers on it. It's got a spoon wing, and also it's got the Battle Arrow front arrow, chassis mounted front splitter, full spoon kit, spoon front bumper, spoon front fenders, spoon rear over fenders. I think that's most of it. But yeah, it's set up pretty good. So it's got the whole spoon wide body on it. Thank you again to Edgar. Scott says, thanks, Craig. I would never use a dealer. DJ says, I would take a Dodge Durango and take it to you. Probably pay you to do the same thing that you did the blue truck with the Dakota Dodge Hemi engine, with the Dodge computer and the Hemi interior. Yeah, I don't even know if I would do that again. Like, there's so much work that, like, I don't think you guys, well, I think most of you guys realize how many hours are going into that thing. So, I mean, it would have to be a huge price tag for me to be doing it for somebody else, because it's not easy, you guys. We're making it happen, but it's to be, doing it for other people, it would have to be a lot of money. White Knuckle RT. Hey, John, does the Alpha OBD work on a Challenger as well? Yeah, I should, because we're going to be using it. Yeah, you'll be fine. The only thing is, if you're 2018 and up, you need that bypass cable to access the computer. So the one that you probably saw us install on our charger harness, you'll need that bypass cable. So once you get one of those, you should be all right. Michael says, it is 18 degrees here and 8 to 10 inches of snow by Sunday. Ooh, yeah, I don't miss that. I used to live that kind of lifestyle. DJ says, my dad always wanted a hot rod, so I want to do something for him because he's my stepdad and he's been there for me ever since I was 4 and my family, and we've been going through a lot. That'd be cool. That'd be a fun project for you guys. I say do it. Like everyone else that is here on the live chat and you. Yeah, I say do it, man. I say do it. That'd be fun for you guys. Do it up. Michael Smith, I live less than 2 hours from Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh, and that's where you're getting that snow? Holy crap. I'm guessing you live north of Dallas, right? To be getting 8 to 10 inches of snow? That's wild. That's it. We're moving to Florida, boys. Edgar, snow starting tonight at 3 a.m. Holy. That is not fun. Del says, I live 80 miles from Houston, no smog tests, but in Texas you can get away from hurricanes, where Florida always gets blasted by hurricanes. Make sure your shop is wind rated wherever you choose. Yeah. I mean, so that's the other thing, like, obviously that's going to be a negative for Florida, which, I'm not ignorant to as well. Like, I probably was going to live near the Tampa area. It doesn't seem to get as, pummeled with the hurricane stuff as the west coast of Florida does. And, Tampa's a little bit further up north, so if you ever had to, make an escape, you're going to the mainland of U.S. a lot easier since you're in the top of Florida versus being in the south, like, peninsula area, so. But, yeah, I mean, definitely have some thinking to do. William says, your Hemi Ram project is making me want to buy a new one to replace my old F-150. Besides, I love my 2005 Dodge Magnum Hemi bought new. Yeah, I mean, I really like the 4th gens. I didn't realize how much I missed my 4th gen until I got another one. It's so comfortable. Like the other day, when I went to go pick up the steering wheel, I had to drive all the way to LA on, in traffic and back. And I could have taken the S2000 and saved on gas. But I decided to take that big friggin' truck, and it was just so much more comfortable to drive and just be in and, have all the amenities that come along with it. So, I mean, that should say something right there. I could have taken the little 4-banger Honda, which is still nice inside. It's got all leather and stuff in the little Honda, but it's just so much more comfortable to be in that big truck and just, it drives so smooth and suspension. Like, I just really like driving it. It's a good place to be in. DG, yes, GM did say that today. I'll have to check that out. That's crazy. DJ says, but do what you gotta do, because sometimes you need money and get rid of some things that you don't have space for. You need the money to live, which is true. Yeah. So I got a lot of stuff and a lot of spare parts and stuff, just from, collecting stuff and doing the different builds and all that. So I'm going to try to minimize all that stuff. So I got a lot of work on my hands between finishing up the Hellcat, getting the Ram in good shape and good running order. Like I said, we just got a long block for the Ram, it looks like. I'll confirm that in the next day or so, and I'll take you guys along for the ride of going to get that if that all happens. So I usually don't like to say too much until I know something's 100% true. It looks like I'm going to buy that long block, but like I said, I'll share you more with you guys as that unfolds, and I'll vlog it and film the whole thing as we go and do that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. I would rather hear an engine, to be honest. Yeah, true. Eduardo. Oh, hold on. Somebody else. Edgar dropped another super chat. I didn't see that one pop up. You think the new TRX Ram is worth it? I'm thinking. Damn, you're a baller. I need your kind of money, Edgar. Yeah, I couldn't afford that right now with everything going on. But I think it's a cool truck. It's just really expensive. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that truck, along with the Raptor, it's not really made to go and sit there and jump it like these guys are doing. I know people are doing it, but it's not made for that. It's pretty much just a 1500 frame with some, upgraded suspension in it. So, I mean, that'd be like me taking my Ram that I have in the driveway, the lifted Ram, throwing some Fox shocks on it or something like that, and then trying to go jump it. Like, it's not made for it. It's not truly made for that. Compared to like a trophy truck, which is made to jump, and it's balanced, and it's got a lot of weight in the back, and everything's balanced so that when you hit a jump, it's not going to fly and land a different way. If you guys watch any of those videos of those guys jumping the TRX, think about, like, you guys are following the Hellcat build, right, on the Dakota. You guys already know everything, like, that engine is off to the passenger side. Like, you guys saw the headers on today's Hellcat video, right? So all these engines are off-centered. So the engine is closer off to the passenger side. And the reason why I'm telling you that is if you guys go and watch Street Speed's video, when he hits the jump, he hits it flat, and you'll see the front passenger side nosedives like this. And that's because the engine, and this is just my explanation, I don't know if anyone's actually talked about it. Maybe I should make a video on it and see if people agree with me, but the engine and transmission is off center. It's on the passenger side. So when you see him go off, the front end nosedives like this on the passenger side. And like I'm saying, like, you guys can see the difference of how shifted these engines are. Same with the Ram, it's the same setup, that the engine is off to the passenger side. So, and the reason why I'm saying that is when you have a really heavy engine with an iron block like the Hellcat in the front of that truck, off-centered, it's not going to jump flat. So I mean, if you're just buying the truck to have a really comfortable truck, it's got some rugged off-roading capabilities and stuff like that, I think, it'd be a good move for that if you got the money. But to sit there and go jump it like those guys are doing, it's not made for it, honestly. I just saw another super chat come through. Leo, I paid $15K for my 2011 Ram 1500 4x4 Laramie Sport with 90,000 miles. Is in a perfect condition, but my question is, do you think that's a good price? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. With everything going on right now, I'd say it's not too bad. You guys already know what I paid for my truck, but it was in, it was in need of some love for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of fair. I wouldn't say it's high, oh, it's a Laramie too. So it's got, yeah, so I mean, you got a fully loaded truck. Like I said, I think that'd be fair. If you asked me like a year or two ago, I would say that's high. But all the prices went crazy on these things. Like, so just to give you a comparison, when I traded in my 2014 fully loaded Sport with leather seats and all that stuff, it's pretty much a Laramie except it had the color match bumpers. When I traded into CarMax, they gave me, I think, $16,500 for it. It wasn't 4x4, so it was two-wheel drive, but it had every other option except for a sunroof. So, yeah, I got $16,500 for it, which was a really good price at the time, I felt. But everything has been going crazy since then. But thanks for the super chat. Hopefully I answered your question, but let me know if you want me to elaborate more on that. I'll try to get to some of your guys' questions. Give me 1 second. Okay. So where are we at with these? Try to get through everybody's questions here. Jim says keep up the good stuff. I got the same truck, only 2016s. Nice, nice. Yeah, they're really nice trucks. White Knuckle says SRT division was disbanded. All members were dispersed throughout Stellantis. RIP SRT. I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard that one yet. VQ37. Hey John, what do you recommend buying? A quad cap SRT 10 Ram or Chevy SS sedan Holden? Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say the way things are going with Dodge and everybody seems to be really migrating to the Dodge brand, I think the values of a lot of these Dodge vehicles are going up. I'm not just saying that just to toot my own horn. I'm just seeing what's going on. A lot of people, because of the Chargers and the Challengers and these Jeeps and, you know, Hellcat this, Hellcat that, a lot of people are starting to come over to the Dodge brand, you know, for those reasons, I feel like. And I just think that if you got an SRT 10 Ram, the quad cab one, I feel like it might be a better investment. It might go up. That's just my hunch, but I mean, those are both rare vehicles. I'm not knocking the Chevy SS, but I think between the two, I think you might be better off getting the SRT 10 Ram. Just my opinion. Edgar hitting us with the super chat again. Edgar says that is steal. I paid mine for $30,000 for a 2012 Ram 1500 2x4 Lone Star Edition with 65,000 miles. This was 4 years ago. I just paid her off last month. Nice, nice. That's a nice truck too, man. It's a nice truck. So yeah, I think you got a pretty good price with the way things are going right now for sure. Let's get to some of your questions. Let's see. Let me just get through some. I'm trying to figure out. Every time I scroll down, I lose my spot. So bear with me here for a minute. Okay. NW Garage, Northwest Garage. It's snowing here, 40-50 miles per hour in Monroe. Glad I've got my 14 Ram 1500 outdoorsman. Some of the fun on the roads, the traction off. There you go. Turn a bad situation into a good situation. Craig, what's your opinion on running nitrous on a full bolt-on 2012 Ram 6-speed? Will the trans hold up consistently? Yeah, I mean, so many guys are worried about the transmission. It's like, you can still run power. I mean, it's just, the 6-speed is just not as strong as the 8-speed. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are making stupid amounts of power on these 8-speeds. But, I mean, the 6-speed was never that bad of a transmission. It's just not as stout as some of these 8-speeds. Like, some guys are making, like, 800 horsepower and stuff on these 8-speeds, which is ridiculous. It's just a really strong transmission. Which, actually, you guys, I was looking. So, the Ram has an 8 HP 70, right? There's an 8 HP 75, which I just found out is in, kind of off topic, but super interesting if you're a gearhead or a motorhead. The Bmw M5, the new Bmw M5, it has an 8 HP 75 in it. And those cars, I just found this out the other day, like, just being a gearhead, you can appreciate it. Those cars come with, I think, a 4.3 liter V8 twin turbo, and they make like 500 horsepower stock from the factory. There's this company that just released this tuning for it, and they are fully backing the car. So you can have a bone stock BMW M5, and you get their tuning software. It's $3,000, but hear me out. They give you full factory warranty. If anything breaks on their car, they will cover it with the full factory warranty. So they will, like, if you blow up your engine or something breaks or you blow a turbo, they'll pay for it. But listen to this. The car makes, with their tune, 850 horsepower with all-wheel drive. And that's just flashing the car. And they're running the stock 8 HP 75 transmission on an all-wheel drive vehicle. That thing is insane. Like, the performance you can get out of it, I think it puts the car in like the 9s, quarter mile. And I believe 0 to 60 is like 2.2 seconds or 2.1 seconds. Like, it's Tesla fast. That's just insane. The fact that you could go to a BMW dealership, buy that car. I mean, it's kind of a pricey car, but I think you can probably pick one up. I saw some used ones for like 70 grand. Pick that car up, spend 3 grand on it, have 850 horsepower with full factory warranty, have the most comfortable car in the world that you could go to the drag strip with and destroy like 90% of the people. So I guess where I'm going with that is that's how much power some of these 8 HP 70s or 75s are holding. So kind of crazy. We have the 8 HP 90 in the Hellcat, but just letting you know. So I would say, if going back to your question, you could probably, I wouldn't be scared to run a 100 shot. You should be fine. I mean, whenever you're increasing the horsepower in anything, you're going to be, increasing the wear and tear. But I still say, go for it. Don't let your transmission, stop you from having fun with your truck. That's what I say, at least. Michael says northwest. Okay, so you're 2 hours northwest and you're getting that much snow. That's crazy. DJ LA says, I will take it to counting cars and they will do it for me. Hell yeah, do it. He says, I'm in Los Angeles. That's why my name is FL LA Wolf. Oh, laughing my ass off. Michael says, Edgar, I think it's very worth the price. DJ LA says, I seen someone take a 2015 Ford Mustang steering wheel and put it into a 2004 and a half 2015 Mustang interior. Nice. That'd be cool too. Edgar, yeah, it's really nice. I want that damn truck. NW Garage says the new Ram TRX is insane. I would take that on as many I would take that on so many mountain trails up here in Washington. Yeah, that'd be nice too. I just don't know. I wouldn't want to take that nice of a truck like off-roading, like $100,000 truck unless you're street speed. It's a lot of money. DG, I like finding cool older vehicles and making it mine. Yeah, that's what we've been doing on the channel, I feel like. So I guess you guys kind of know that, what I would do in that situation. Logan says, definitely talking about street speed 7. Yeah, no, I was for sure. Edgar, yes, that's a good price. Michael, sorry, street speed is a tool almost as bad as Whistling Diesel. I know, those guys just destroy vehicles, but I feel like street speed's really trying to copy Whistling Diesel, like a lot. Like the fact that he's destroying the truck, and then I haven't even watched it, but I saw it pop up that he bought General Lee to try to see if any of the jumps that General Lee did on Dukes of Hazzard were realistic. So he's literally copying what Whistling Diesel was doing by buying an old Charger and trying to jump it, which is exactly what Whistling Diesel did. So he went and bought a General Lee, replica as well. So I don't know what's going on between the two of them, but I guess Street Speed's trying to copy Whistling Diesel, which is working, but can't knock them. I mean, it's working for them. Devil's Fox said, that video made me sick. He destroyed that TRX and still sold it for $20K afterwards. I think he got rid of it too cheap, honestly. I would have, like, honestly, if I had the money kicking around, $20K is not a bad price for that thing. Man, every car is so expensive right now. Yeah, everything's gone up like crazy. I agree with you guys. A couple more people dropped a super chat. Leo says, how often will you make these lives? Thank you, bro. Try to do them every Friday. Try to keep it consistent, but I mean, only as time allows. So, I mean, right now I'm able to do it. If things get a little crazier with, moving and all that stuff, I'll still try to do it. We'll always do them. I just try to keep it consistent on Fridays right now, but I mean, things might change, but we'll always do them. Just, there might be some weeks where I can't, depending on what's going on, but I always try to. DJ LA, would you think of the Cobra Ford truck 2019 or 2020? I do believe when it came out. What do you think of the Cobra Ford Mustang truck? I haven't really looked at it too much, to be honest. I think you mean the Shelby. I believe it's called the Shelby or the Super Snake. I don't know. They did a comparison on it, but it's a single cab truck. It's a lot lighter than TRX, and it didn't really pull away from the TRX much. I saw a YouTube video of that. I'm pretty sure that's the one you're mentioning. Devil Sprocket, have you ever thought about a bed cover for the Ram? If so, which one have you looked at? My buddy Chad actually gave me his old bed cover. It's just like a vinyl one, but it came off a single cab, so it's gonna be longer than my crew cab box. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make it fit or modify it to fit. But at the moment, no, I haven't looked at it. But I've been using the bed for a lot of truck things. So, but not to say that I won't. We'll see what happens. Right now, like we got so much stuff on our plate, I'm just not even thinking about it. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted. We'll do a video on it when that time comes. Edgar says it depends how much money you're willing to spend. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's like I would do like the backflip ones. Those are probably the best ones in my opinion, but those are pricey. Devil Sprocket paid $28K for his 2015 Bighorn in 2015. Damn, not bad either. Ethan, tint for the windows. That's what I'm saying. The fourth gens have come up in price like crazy, though. Everyone's going crazy for these fourth gens right now. So I was thinking, like I said, I was considering selling my fourth gen 1500 that we just got and getting a diesel, but I don't know how you guys would feel about that. I feel like a lot of guys like the 1500, but I was thinking about selling that and getting a fourth gen 2500 would be cool too with a diesel. Let me know what you guys think of that. If you guys would be down for that. Tint the windows on the 4th gen. Yeah, I was actually talking about that today. I do want to get them tinted, so that will be happening. Is the C7 Corvette auto 8-speed actually bad? I heard so much negative reviews from it. I'm not sure what it is, just being auto. Yeah, so if you want to paddle shift the 8-speed, like if you want to use the paddles, there's a delay. But if you just leave it in auto and you floor it, it's one of the fastest shifting gearboxes. So it's just if you're trying to like use it like with the paddles, like you would like maybe a Porsche or something like that, it doesn't have the response that's like between the shifts that most other vehicles would. And even like the Hellcat that we're going to have the paddle shifters in the Dakota, it's going to be a lot quicker on our paddles, whereas the C7 8-speed is a lot slower. So, but if you just leave it in auto, it's going to have fast shifts, but the paddles are slow on the C8 or C7, sorry. Okay. I answered Leo's question. Edgar says, watch me get the TRX in a month and show it off. Damn, you a baller if you do. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Zach says, where's the SRT10 content at? I've been waiting for you to add bolt-ons on it. So I have Gibson headers for it. I just, like I said, I really got to get the Dakota running and together. So my focus is on that so that I can focus on moving. So, but we will be doing the SRT10 content. I didn't forget about it. And the SRT10 is not going anywhere. Like I said, just the Dakota is our main focus right now. And once we get that done, I'll be, doing stuff with SRT10 again for sure. Jose said, how much horsepower do you think Kyle Tingle is putting to the wheels? I don't know if I've ever asked him that. You gotta figure the Hemi makes about 400 at the crank stock, a 390, whatever, 395. I think with everything they've been doing, I would say they were probably closer to, I don't know. I would say they're probably making like 500 at the wheel to get where they're going, if I had to take a guess. But they just did a bunch of other stuff, so you guys have to stay tuned. So, they're not stopping there, so they just did some stuff to make their truck go a little faster. So I can't say much. I'll let them explain it. But yeah, he's got some spicy stuff under the hood now. So now he's gonna be really moving. You guys thought he was going fast before. Wait till you guys see now. NW Garage. Have you seen the new fully electric Hummer and its crab walk feature? No, I heard about it, but I haven't even looked at the electric Hummer. DG bedtime. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Thanks, John, for the time. Thank you, sir. We'll see you later. Have a nice weekend. Chris, I'm trying to put a supercharger on my 1500. Any pointers? Trying to do it as cheap as possible, then upgrade later. Not to be a dick, but I wouldn't go that route. Do it right the first time, and spend the money up front, because with stuff like that, if you try to cheap out or cut corners, it's usually gonna lead to some sort of catastrophic failure. So make sure you put a wideband O2 sensor on it. If you see it go lean, get out of the pedal, because they have cast pistons. So if your truck goes lean for any period of time when you're in boost, you're guaranteed to pop the top off your pistons. So like I said, do it right. Make sure you put injectors on there. Make sure you have a wideband O2 sensor. Make sure you have a good tuner. And yeah, you'll have a ton of fun. But yeah, don't cheap out up front, because like I said, I'm not saying you can't get a good deal on parts, but just make sure you do everything you need to do to make sure that it's safe, because otherwise it'll be a nightmare, which I would hate to see you go through. DJ LA Wolf, I just like the style of the Shelby Ford. Damn, you're a Ford guy, I think. I think that's what it's come to. Shelby Ford truck, but I still call it the Cobra because people call it a Cobra. I also mean Shelby Cobra, also same truck. True. Gentle Ruthless. Dude, I absolutely love the 4th Gen 2500s. Yeah, they're nice. Edgar says stick with 1500, man, and get a diesel as well. Cummins... I know. Well, the problem is, you guys, I have so many vehicles that I'm trying not to have 5 million vehicles, really. So, give me 1 second. I think this guy. Yeah, I might have to take this call. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys want me to take this call and then continue the live, or do you guys want to wrap the live? Let me know right now, because I have to take a quick call with the engine that I might be picking up. So I guess the benefit is, if you guys give me 5 minutes, you guys can chat in the chat room. Give me 5 minutes to talk to the guy, and then I could probably let you guys know if I'm going to pick up that long block this weekend. Let me know right now, because this guy, I think, is going to call me. He's just messaging me asking if it's too late to call. Let me know. Because I still want to get to some of your comments. I didn't get to everybody's comments here, but I think my phone's going to ring in just a second. Edgar says stick with it. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to keep both. It's either one or the other as far as a daily truck. It's either going to be a diesel or it's going to be the 1500 that we have. The only thing, the reason why I want to get the diesel is because I plan on getting a big trailer, like a 24 or 28 foot trailer. And the big plan is, if everything goes, the way I would like to, is we get a 24 or 28 foot enclosed trailer. We put the Hellcat in it. We go to events across the U.S. And doing all that would not make sense with the 1500. It would be much more suited to getting the 2500. So ultimately, if that ends up happening, unless this channel blows up and I can afford to keep the 1500 and the 2500, I would have to pick one or the other. But yeah, it's kind of where it sits right now. Either that, or I put the 1500 back to the small wheels and maybe lower it again, take the lift off it. But I really like the way it looks. That's the thing. It's just having that big lift on it. If I'm going to be towing a big heavy trailer, it's not the best combo. That's kind of where I'm at. Mr. Large says get a diesel. I'm planning on getting a 3500 diesel next. Jim says no stinking diesel. 5 ox. Let's see if I can rip through some of your comments before this call comes in. 5 ox. The general lead that Street Speed bought is a 2014 Challenger, I think, with a V6. Oh, really? I haven't even looked. I just saw the thumbnail pop up or something. It came up in my notifications. General Ruthless says, I have a 2017 Sport in all white, 48,000 miles. Nice. That's a nice truck. Michael says, Roland Cole, save the planet. David, bro, my 1-year-old son hears your theme song and runs the living room to watch your videos. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of that theme song yet. I'll switch it up eventually, but right now it's right now I kind of like it. It's kind of a weird little jingle that I found. Devil says, have you seen the guys that are putting the GM 2500 mirrors on the 4th Gen 1500s? I'm conflicted, but if I was lifted, I would probably do it. I haven't seen it, to be honest. I like my color matched mirrors, so I don't think I'm going to mess with the mirrors. Oh, plus we have some cool stuff coming, you guys. So, one of our buddies, Roman, he's sending us, and hopefully the phone call doesn't come in interrupt us, but he's sending us his conversion kit to put 5th Gen 2500 taillights on our 4th Gen. And this is where it gets really interesting, is with the Alpha OBD. He said that we can, if I buy the 5th Gen 2500 taillights that have blind spot sensors in them, that I can turn that feature on in Alpha OBD on our 4th Gen, and it will actually have blind spot indications on our 4th Gen, which I didn't even know that existed, but he claims it works. So the harnesses are in the mail, so I should have them in the next few days. And then I gotta be on the hunt for some 5th Gen 2500 taillights. And if I get the ones with the blind spot monitoring, then apparently we're able to turn on blind spot monitoring on our 4th Gen, which I think is, I mean, you know, I can drive without it, but I think just having that feature would be super cool, and just watching that all work. And if there's those abilities in the truck that aren't turned on right now that we can turn on, I think that would be so cool. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Gentle Ruthless says, these dummies driving in Teslas think they're actually reducing emissions. Meanwhile, coal plants are running harder than ever. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a weird thing, that whole situation. I agree with you. I've heard the whole thing, you know, to make the batteries and all that stuff. It's, you know, it's harder on the environment to make the batteries than it is to make the fuel, or what the comparison is. But yeah, I've heard that as well. Chronic Chief, my stepdad just traded his 18 3500 for 2020 3500, and it's beautiful inside and tows like a beast, but I really dig that we've got the same Gen 1500 and able to watch your maintenance videos. Yeah, I mean, I already have a lot of the 1500 maintenance videos, so, but I know you guys like watching the 1500, so it's kind of hard to decide. We'll see what happens. General Ruthless, I'm eventually going to supercharge my Ram 1500 and put a 2500 front end. What do you guys think? I'm not a big fan of 2500 front end on a 1500. I really like the 1500 front end, but I guess it's personal preference. Jamie says, 4th Gen Ram top speed in 4-wheel high. I have no idea. You're a madman if you're trying to go top speed with a 4-wheel drive engaged. I don't know why you would want to do it, but I guess maybe you have your reasons. Nathan, what's up? Gentle Ruthless, 4th Gen. I don't recommend hitting top speed in 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea too. Probably a good idea. Nathan says stay. Edgar says wrap it up. Yeah, the call still hasn't come through yet. Michael says sell the 1500. Kai says keep it going. Michael says buy it. General Ruthless, 4x4 at high speed, 2 different axles running at 2 different speed equals damage. Jose, keep going. DJ LA, I like a lot of cars. I like the Dodges. I like Ford, Lambo. I like Chevy, GM. You like all the cars, man. You like all the cars. I think I skipped ahead. Chris says, I do plan on upgrading my injectors and the fuel system. Let's keep the ball rolling. Chris says, take the call. I think we can still chill for 5 minutes. Buy it. 5 minutes. I'm going to stay. Kai says, definitely got to get a diesel, better for towing. Yeah, that's part of the thing. I was honestly debating, like, since the 1500 is all fixed up, like, getting the diesel, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think probably the smarter move is, rather than sell the 1500 now, have to re-register it here in California, and then move, pay the taxes to re-register a 2500 here in California. I think it'd be a waste of money. So I think instead of doing that, I'd probably wait till we move and then sell the 1500. and you know, if we do have to sell 1500, and then get the diesel when we're doing a lot more towing. I think that's where my thought process is at now, but who knows? Maybe things get better and we can keep the 1500, and you know, this channel takes off and I can afford to have a 1500, have all the other toy, you know, vehicles we have, and have a 2500. We'll see. Chris says, I already have the wideband and a Trinity too. Alright, so you should be good then. Yeah, just make sure you have all the necessities and you should be alright. DJ Li says, I like all the hot rods, don't care what it is. He likes everything. Nice, nice. Gentle, I also have a 97 Ram 1500 Sport. Nice, nice. Oh, super chat just came through. Kai says, for a Cummins swap in the 1500, $15. Woo-wee! Kai, so I don't know if you just dropped into the live, but we ended up, right now the phone call that I'm waiting for, I think it's like 99% sure. I think I just bought a long block replacement for the 5.7. Nothing too exciting, but the engine that's in the Ram I think is a little tired, and I came across a brand new long block for a good price. So that's the phone call I'm trying to take, is I might be going to pick that up this weekend. So trying to finalize the deal. So yeah, depending on what time we end up going till tonight. I know it's late for some of you guys, but if this call comes through, then I'll probably be able to tell you whether I'm going to pick that up this weekend or not, and that'll be definitely be a vlog on that. But that's where we're at, and I'll get into another video on an explanation on why I'm doing it and show you guys all the reasons and all that stuff. Nathan says, how about a second gen 24 valve? Probably not. I mean, they're cool, but it's just, I really want something that's newer as a daily, and something like, my daily has to do a few things. It has to be reliable, and I'm not saying that the Cummins isn't reliable, because that's definitely one thing it is, but just want something that's newer. You know, there's less issues, less things that are going to go wrong. You know, obviously the Cummins engine is a reliable engine, but just when you have an older vehicle, there's just other things that can, you know, fail, whether it's, you know, fuel pump or, you know, sensors or electrical issues or wheel bearings going out. So I just want something that I don't really have to think about too much. It's reliable. I can drive across the country with, and not have an issue. So it has to fit that requirement. And honestly, after having the 4th gen, it kind of spoils you. So I don't know that for a daily vehicle, if I'd want to go back into something like that. It is nice to have, you know, something that has all the, you know, creature comforts and all that as your daily. So I think I probably going to get another 4th gen, or, you know, if I could afford it, even a 5th gen would be cool too, but we shall see. We shall see what happens. We're not doing anything just yet, so don't worry. Edgar says, in my opinion, Super Duty's truck, anything 25 or 250 or 2500 is meant for work. If you have it for show only, then it's just money wasted. Don't get me wrong, it looks dope, but it's a lot of truck. Yeah, that's what I say the same thing. If you're just driving around and stuff, then, you know, definitely just get a 1500. But I'm planning on towing like a 24 or 28 foot trailer with the Hellcat in the back to some of these events. That's kind of what I would want to do eventually. So that's why I'm thinking the 2500. For what we're doing right now, the 1500 is fine, but I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit. That's all. That's all. Okay, still no phone call, so we'll keep ripping on the live here. So thanks, Kai, for the $15 super chat. Appreciate it, sir. Get some of your comments. Gentle Ruthless says, bro, I've been subscribed since you were at 15,000 subscribers, and thank you for all your help. You're welcome, man. Thank you for being a supporter for so long. Michael says, Tesla battery disposal, the best kept secret. Jose says, what do you do for work? So I'm a management consultant for an automotive company, working part-time remotes. I was full-time doing that. Just with everything going on, I'm now part-time, and then doing the YouTube thing as well. So I'm kind of juggling both things, and YouTube's doing good. I can't complain, but it's not to the point where I can completely leave my other job, you know, and still be able to afford doing everything that we're doing. Because you guys, there's no secret, you guys, we are spending a lot of money on all these different mods and having all these vehicles and all that. So that's how I'm able to do it. Like, yeah, I could survive off the YouTube money, but I wouldn't be able to do everything else we're doing as far as going crazy with all the modifications and all these parts and all that stuff. So yeah, doing both right now. But yeah, I could survive off YouTube, but I wouldn't be able to deliver you guys the content and the amount of constant mods and repairs and all that stuff that we're doing right now without having the other job as well. So that's where we're at. Edgar, that's very true. If they got the money, then good to me. Oh yeah, you guys talking about the guys that are driving 2500s for show trucks. Tesla license plates. Later gas. Meanwhile, the coal plants powering the batteries, pumping the black plague. Yeah, I know. Daniel, thoughts on Royal Purple oil for the Hemi? Honestly, just get a good oil. I mean, yeah, the Royal Purple, you can buy it. It's more expensive and it's purple and it looks cool, but you're going to be alright as long as you stick with a main name brand. I wouldn't buy into it. I wouldn't pay like double, triple the price for the Royal Purple. You're not going to be doing that much of difference, honestly. Just get a good oil and you'll be fine. Edgar, I hear AMSOIL is better, but I've never tried it. Yeah, AMSOIL is a good oil for sure. They're one of the first synthetic oils. So they definitely have a good stuff, but like I said, as long as you stick with one of the main name brands, you can't go wrong. I wouldn't spend double or triple the price like I just mentioned with the Royal Purple. Chronic says, I see fuel prices going up to $6 a gallon, but diesel might not be as expensive. Yeah, that'd be crazy if that happened. Kai says, just got in, do a Cummins swap. Well, I might just be doing a boring Hemi swap again, but I'm just trying to keep my daily reliable and fresh, that's all. Nathan, 2001 Dodge Ram 3500, 24 valve, 4x4 Sport for towing. Yeah, I don't like the slop in the second gens. That's the one thing. We used to have a second gen, and when you're driving straight, like there's so much slop. And I'm not saying that just because, you know, if you guys watched the latest Whistling Diesel video, we used to have one, and like just to keep the thing going in a straight line, you had to do this the whole time. There's really sloppy gearboxes. So yeah, definitely going to be getting at least a 4th gen 2500. You know, if I can swing a 5th gen whenever that time comes, that'd be cool too. But yeah, probably sticking with the newer stuff. Chris, got any spare part from your supercharged 1500 you'd be willing to sell? Right now, the only thing I have is a boost gauge, AM boost gauge, and AM wideband. I think I might be selling them locally. There's some guy that's interested in them as well, but that's the only really couple things that I have. DJ LA Wolf says, someone with a generator and throw it in the trunk. Oh yeah, I've seen those people that do that too. That's hilarious. The people that have gas powered generators for their Tesla. DJ LA says, have a great night. I have to go to bed. I'm tired. Good night. All right, sir. You're one of the nicest YouTubers ever. Appreciate it, man. I try to be as real as possible, so hopefully you guys see it coming through and appreciate the support. Michael says, gotta go Cummins to get to the tracks. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's what I'm thinking. Kai says, yeah, John, with much trailer, you're gonna want something bigger. My 2018 4th gen will barely tow 11.5 for longer than 300 miles. Not the best of rigs. Yeah, that's the problem, is especially with the big tires and the lift and stuff that we have on our 4th gen, it makes the towing even worse. So yeah, if my 1500 was completely stock, I wouldn't really worry too much about towing the big heavy trailer, but the fact that it's lifted and the big heavy tires, like I would have to put smaller tires on just to be able to get back to the original towing capacity. So that's kind of a bummer. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll see once we get the trailer. I guess we'll see how it tows it and go from there. Jose, have you gotten any sponsors? Yeah, so we have a few. You know, we got HP tuners. We've got Whatever It Takes transmissions. We've got Holly, which also includes hooker headers, Flowmaster, Earl's Fittings. So yeah, huge shout out to those guys as well. And you know, especially Holly's hooked us up with a bunch of stuff as far as, you know, getting all the swap stuff for the Hellcat. So huge thank you to those guys for, you know, supporting us in our build and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody right now. Don't think. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. I covered most of the main ones for sure. But yeah, it's been awesome. I've been really appreciative of everybody that's, you know, helping this channel and supporting us, and you know, they're with the builds. So it's been fun. I can't wait to see where this thing takes us. Chronic says, I used Royal Purple last oil change. Trucks runs great. I did, however, get a defective K&N oil filter. It was not a good day. Damn. I did get Royal Purple on a killer sale. Yeah, like unless you get it for a good deal, I wouldn't mess with it. Edgar says, gotta go, man. Hope to see you one day, even if I have to drive hours to see you, man. Yeah, I'm usually in DFW area, so I'll let you guys know next time I'm down there. So I'm there, you know, somewhat often, I guess, and who knows where we'll end up moving to. So we'll be around there. So Patrick, what wideband do you recommend for use with HP tuner on a 5.9? I'm a big fan of the AEM wideband gauges. They're affordable. I really like the way they look. And the other thing too is, I think maybe one of the biggest features for me is they automatically dim. They have a little sensor in the middle, and it detects how much light it's getting. So you don't have to mess with trying to, you know, hook it up to your wiring system with your lights. It literally, like, if the sun shines bright in the gauge, it'll get brighter. If it gets dark outside, it'll get darker. If you turn your interior lights on, it'll get brighter. Like, it just adjusts based on how much light it's receiving. So it's one of the coolest things I find with the AEM gauges. Plus, I like the way they look. I think their fit and finish is nice. So I would go with that. So like I said, I do have an AEM widebands gauge for sale if you need it or are interested. But and I also have a boost gauge. Logan says, have a good night, man. You're definitely the coolest YouTuber out there. Keep with the great content, man, and definitely can't wait to see more content. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, like I said, still waiting for that phone call to come in. But either way, I think we'll probably wrap up this video, or this live. It's about 2 hours. So I think we've covered quite a bit. Like I said, I'm waiting on a call to see if this weekend I'm going to go get that long block for our Ram. And I'll keep you guys posted. So if I don't end up taking off in the morning to get that long block, which I will vlog for you guys, so don't worry, I'll show you guys that whole process and get into more of the story. If that doesn't happen, then I'm going to finish working on the Hellcat in the morning, and then I should be able to get you guys another Hellcat video by the afternoon tomorrow. And if that doesn't happen, I should be able to get you a Hellcat video by Sunday. So, because I've put in some work on the Hellcat, so we're plugging along. So. Michael says, thanks, have a good weekend. Thank you, sir, for stopping by. Darren, hey John, just woke up a little late past midnight. Hellcat to come along nicely. Thank you. We're just about wrapping up about 2 hours of live. So Patrick says, cool, thanks, no problem. Most likely you don't need Royal Purple. True. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up tonight's live stream. I'll keep you guys posted on the situation with the long block for the Ram, if that's a go or not. And then at the same time, like I said, hopefully a Hellcat video tomorrow for you guys. Either way, I should get it to you by Sunday. Plugging away, lots of work. If anybody has a 4th gen that wants a heated steering wheel, this is my replacement one. I'm taking the one off my truck, so if you want one, hit me up. If you want to convert yours to heated steering wheel, they're kind of hard to find because I was trying to find this and it was a pain in the ass to find. So if you guys are interested in doing that, I'm going to have mine coming off in the next couple days, so hit me up. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on the next video probably tomorrow. So keep you guys posted. Take care. Thanks for everyone that contributed as well to the super chat as well. All right, guys. We'll see ya. Have a good night.